Hi everyone, it's Lynn, DNL Create, and we're going to make some really pretty Christmas trees. So I started with the cookie sheet from the Dollar Tree, and I cut all of the edges off of it. And after I was done with that, I took some like a cream colored acrylic paint, and I just kind of dry brushed it over. I wanted to dull down the silver, but I still wanted to see the silver. And then I took a piece of cardboard that I rolled into a cone, and I painted that gray. Next, I took a candlestick holder. Mine already had a base coat of white from a different project, and then I painted it gray. So you might have to do 2 coats of gray for this. So while that was drying, I went back to my cookie sheet and I just kind of sporadically added some gold. No rhyme or reason, just dry brush it on there. And then I painted this little wood finial gray as well. Then I went back to the candlestick holder and added some metallic silver, just to give it a little bit of a shimmer. So now that the cookie sheet is dry, I'm going to cut it into strips. And I made my strips about 2 inches wide. And you can get about 5 2-inch strips from each cookie sheet. And I ended up using like 1.5 cookie sheets for one tree. Next, I took that strip and I flipped it over and I cut it from the back side into like a fringe. And you have to do it from the back because whatever side you cut it from, it curves the opposite way. And you want the painted side to be the side that curves outward. So once I got finished fringing all of my strips, I put the cone on top of the candlestick. And to me, that was the easiest way to do it because I could hold the candlestick while I glued all of the fringe around the cone. So you're just going to start at the bottom and just work your way up the length of the cone. And you might have to add a little glue here and there. Cut off your excess. You're going to have excess, but keep those pieces because you can use them up at the top where it gets more narrow. And just be careful not to burn yourself because the cookie sheet does get hot. And there's going to be some spots where it doesn't lay completely flat up against the cone. So just kind of squeeze it and press it up against the cone and the next layer will just cover that up. And once I got finished adding all of the fringe onto the cone, I wanted to just jazz up the candlestick a little bit. So I added some gold paint onto those little raised areas, those little ridges all the way around it. And this is just turning out so pretty. I am loving these little trees. And then I just added some metallic paint to the finial and some gold paint to the finial, just so everything tied in together and was a little more cohesive. And once I got finished with that, I just glued the finial right to the top. And then I added a thin strip of the cookie sheet right around the bottom part of the finial. And that just gave me a little bit of a wider area to glue a piece of like gold, shimmery, glittery ribbon to that. And then I put a sheer piece of silver on top of that. And that just gave the top a really nice finished look. And then I took a paintbrush, the end of a paintbrush, and I just kind of fluffed out the tree a little bit. And I love the way this turned out. I think they're beautiful. I made a second one and I put it on a little bit of a shorter candlestick. And I really hope you like this project and I hope you give it a try. Thanks so much for watching. Have a really great day and we will see you next time. Bye-bye.